So if you're ever wondering how a motorbike trip to Ireland's going, I'm now currently metal detecting my GoPro in a bush. Why is my life like this? Oh gosh.
I had been in Ireland for 2 days already. However, if you've been following my journey online, you'll notice that there's a gap between the previous trip video and this one. Well, that's because it wouldn't be a classic sprocket trip without something going wrong, and that's exactly what happened this morning. So after spending some time at a farm near Kinsale, I was getting ready to head towards the North Atlantic Way. The plan was to spend 3 days making my way from Cork to Galway before taking the motorway straight to Dublin. The day that I was due to set off, Martin the farm owner decided to join me along some of my route. However folks, a mere 15 minutes into my journey, I realised that my brand new GoPro had fallen off my motorbike. To say I was distraught was an absolute understatement. I was heartbroken, and I was more angry at myself than I'd ever been previously.
Now the good thing is we have a chance of finding it. I'm after putting a notice to anyone who can see a notice board, okay? And usually people are pretty good to
Oh, I'm just so upset because I just spent so long saving up for that, and then it's just, I'm such an idiot for putting it there. Oh, I'm such an idiot.
It's okay. We've got a better chance of finding out than if you took off on your own.
True.
So, I mean, the chances of finding it if you just took off are nil. So,
I'm so angry at myself right now.
look, I know it happens. But look, anyway, your chain's hanging off, so that's got to be fucking tight because you're not going anywhere with that. Look.
Is it really bad?
Oh my god.
Is it really bad?
Yes, it is really bad.
To make matters worse, after I'd finished crying like a big baby, Martin pointed out that my chain and sprocket had gone, and my chain was effectively hanging off the bike. The amount of self-pity I was holding was astronomical. I deliberately avoided making plans for this trip because I wanted to put myself in a position where I'd have to think on the spot. I was hoping that I'd become more resilient and just an all-rounded better traveller. However, in this very moment, the only thing I had really accomplished was 30 minutes of tears and a lot of regret.
Oh, I'm just...
Don't stress about it. There's nothing you can do about it.
I know, I'm just so upset because I spent like 2 months saving up for that, and then...
I couldn't help but mentally beat myself up for putting myself in this position. I was in another country with a bike that could have broken, and I had lost a very expensive item.
I'm more upset about losing like the whole of the footage from like the last 2 days.
However, Martin convinced me to come back to the farm where we could acquire some more help to look for my camera.
What do you think? See, I kind of feel like I want to go back and look a bit more.
Okay, that's fine. We can do that.
And then if it's not there on the way back, I'm going to give up.
Don't stress, okay?
Okay.
We returned back to the farm, and Martin immediately started texting friends about my predicament, and eventually our little search party grew.
Yeah, it was definitely on here when I left.
You're on this road there.
Yeah, and it's got a red sticky mount to it. It's a big black GoPro.
The GoPro had come off in a mere 2-mile stretch. With one assistant on a bicycle and one by foot, Martin and I continued to ride up and down the same road for an hour and a half, hoping that it might make an appearance. However, despite looking until lunchtime, I still didn't have any luck. At this point, Martin decided to confiscate my motorcycle into his workshop to alter the chain so that I'd still be able to get home safely. Meanwhile, he loaned me his electric bike so that I could ride up and down the road with a Bluetooth detector in hope that I might pick up the camera.
So, someone's loaned me their electric bike to try and find it, and I don't think I can find it, unfortunately. So what was supposed to be a fun trip to Ireland, I'm now pedalling alongside the road in tears. Classic Saffron. Why does this stuff happen to me?
Now folks, I was in a bit more of a predicament than just losing my camera. You see, the more I searched for it, the more upset I became. The more time I invested looking into it meant that it became increasingly difficult to accept that it was wasted time. I still wasn't ready to call it quits, and Martin drove me to the next farm over, who happened to own a metal detector.
So we have
Right, okay.
Take some bit of metal with you, just to make like to test it, you know.
Okay.
So I wish you the very best of luck. Have you any idea where your last one?
A 2-mile stretch.
Huh?
A 2-mile stretch.
It's going to be fucking.
I wish you luck.
I mean, at this point, there's not else I can do else.
That's true.
So
No, this is if she doesn't find out this. So we put this into the case now, right?
Yeah.
Oh.
but I think you can turn up the. Right. Okay.
Yep.
So, if you're ever wondering how a motorbike trip to Ireland's going, I'm now currently metal detecting my GoPro in a bush. Why is my life like this? Oh gosh. Ugh. So, this Irish guy just pulled over, asked if I was alright. I explained I'm searching for my camera, and he was like, have you tried praying to God? And I was like, I don't think that's going to help me find my camera. And he's like, humour me. So I humoured him. I did it. Surprise, I still don't have a camera. But at least he was happy. So it's 4 PM. I've been looking for my GoPro since 9 AM. I think it's officially time to admit defeat. I've basically searched the entire parameter with a metal detector. I think it's gone. But I think now it's just, I've had my cry. I've beaten myself up. I've got 2 days left in Ireland. I guess I might as well just start again. So yeah, I mean, it'd be really cool if the footage shows up eventually, but for now, I think I'm just gonna have to admit defeat.
If there's one thing that I learned from this predicament, it's that a good long walk really can clear your head. Or in my case, it's a walk that consisted of 6 hours and 40,000 steps. However, I was finally in a place where I could at least see the funny side of the situation. Or perhaps I was just too tired to care. Either way, I was now 90 minutes away from the farm, and I decided to start to head back with the intention of camping overnight once more, with an early start, leaving behind the missing camera. And you know what they say, folks, bad things come in free. So of course I got caught up in the rain walking back, and I had the luxury of putting my tent up in the rain as well. As I focused on getting my tent up, Martin had continued to look for my camera along the farm lane. However, he'd found something a little bit more surprising.
Oh my god! Oh.
So we took the kittens inside the farmhouse and dried them off, and Mama Cat followed us alongside.
They're so small.
Eventually, Mama Cat carried each kitten out one by one to a new nesting space. And just like the cats, I thought it was probably best if I also went to sleep, ready for my early start in the morning. But that's a story for next week.